role for fire in our plant communities is to rejuvenate and to clean out the area. Areas like this that we've recently burned in the past few months, you can see they're more open for wildlife to be able to travel through. There's greener grass that's more nutritious for animals like the deer to come through and eat. In our area, prescribed burns, their role in Florida is to mimic natural conditions that would have happened before development and roadways were built. If we didn't have fire come through, whether it's a prescribed burn or a natural wildfire, areas would become too overgrown. And eventually, if we didn't do a prescribed burn or if a natural wildfire wasn't allowed to come through, we'd probably have a pretty catastrophic wildfire come through that would do severe damage. It's a lot cheaper to do a prescribed burn than it is to fight a wildfire. When we're planning to do prescribed burns, we look at the type of plant community that we have. For instance, if we have a pine flatwoods that hasn't been burned in 20 or 30 years, we may go in there and do a prescribed burn and wait 5 or 6 years and then come back through and burn it again. What we depend on most to know how many burns we're going to do a year is the weather. We have to have the right wind direction to keep the smoke off the highways and to keep it from residential areas or hospitals. Walking through our prescribed burn area, this is a good example of a lot of our native grasses making good recovery, some of our little wildflowers and plants like this one that'll eventually be an elephant's foot, a large butterfly attracting plant. You might even find some pine cones from the trees that have dropped them, and when these seeds come out, all of this bare open soil here is a good area for those seeds to be able to get sunlight and start to grow and have our next generation of pines coming through. This is a wax myrtle. Wax myrtle are designed to burn. It's a good example of how plants truly have adapted to fire happening in our plant communities in Florida. We all need to be looking towards the future, and right now all of you as citizens participating in this program are the ones that are going to be able to go out there and educate your neighbors and maybe make decisions for your commissioners or other government officials to help them understand that this is important for you to take responsibility for.
Visit the Charlotte Harbor National Estuary Program website